Okay, everybody, my name is Cinco. I am a private pilot, not even fully, I'm just learning how to fly. But I've put together a really good private pilot study guide, and I really wanted to share it with everybody because it helped me pass my written. And I wish I had some of this stuff out there for me. I mean, there is some stuff, it doesn't cover it the way that I had, wanted it to be covered. It was kind of confusing, nothing was clarified, so Um, I just want to give this to people that need to study and need to do anything like that. And I'd love to get to know everybody better. If you have questions, please do ask. Don't just get confused over something that I'm saying, please, because that is the last thing I want. Okay, so this is our free PPL study guide. We're going to start here. Lesson 1 is all airspaces. There are two types of airspaces. We've got our normal and our special use, so we're going to go over both of them. Normal is going to be pretty extensive, and special is going to be kind of just not that bad. Maybe one or two slides, not too bad. Okay, so our normal airspaces, this is kind of a chart of everything we have. We're going to keep this kind of in mind, but we're going to be going through each airspace individually, so we're not going to need to look at this. Okay, so alpha airspace. We're at 18,000 to 60,000 feet, so that's really high up there, right? It's not indicated on sectionals. Just implied that it's all the way up there, and so it doesn't need to be on a sectional. It's just stretching across every single part of everything. And besides, our sectionals are for VFR, and this is IFR only, so there's no point for it to be on the sectional as well for that reason. You do need permission to enter two-way communications. Of course, we can't enter, but you do need two-way communications and permission if you do want to. And here's the worst part. I know a lot of you in your little busted up 172s want to go Mach 1. Please do not in alpha airspace, actually in any airspace, as a matter of fact. Please just do not go Mach 1 in the alpha airspace because you'll get in trouble. Alright, for the Bravo, this is a fun one. Okay, so this is indicated by solid blue lines. You can see here kind of on the sectional map, my mouse at the top right, it's showing these solid blue lines. I started flying in a place called Decatur, over there in Texas, and it is right next to the DFW Bravo. So we do have these kind of lines that I'm very familiar with. There is a 30 nautical mile radius from the biggest airport, and your biggest airport is going to sit right in the middle, and it'll stretch 30 nautical miles each direction. You do need clearance and two-way communications. It's called busting the Bravo. If you go there without permission or clearance, you will get in trouble and your instructor will get in trouble. So please don't do it. That's very bad. You do need a Mode C transponder and ADS-B out. This is just so that the controlling agency inside of the Bravo can keep up with you and make sure that you're doing everything you need to. They can get you your altitude, stuff like that, tell you exactly where to go. And then your weather minimums is 3 statute miles visibility, clear of clouds, so as long as you're not in those big puffy clouds, and you have 3 statute miles of visibility, you should be fine. These should not be your personal minimums. There are required minimums, like here, and then there's personal minimums. Me personally, I would not fly in a 3 statute mile visibility day. That's not something I'd like to do. And then there's a 250 knot speed limitation. Our little Cessna 172s don't go that fast, but if you're flying a little bit of a bigger plane, yeah, this might be a problem, but this is more high performance type of thing, so this doesn't really apply to us as much for VFR, normal just flying. Oh, yes. Getting ahead of myself here. This is what the Bravo looks like in actuality. You can see it here. Most of the time it's 3 layered. It's like a 3 layered cake right here. So you can see that here's your big airport and it's covered from surface all the way up to the top, right? Then once you get up here, there's kind of a shelf down here and a shelf down here, and it only extends a certain amount. And same here. So that's how the Bravo works. Top right here where my mouse is, you can be here. If you're anywhere in that middle circle, that's going all the way up to 10,000 feet, right? Normally, it changes by basis. But yeah, that might go all the way up to 10,000 feet. But over here, you can fly under this stuff, right? Because you're not in the Bravo. It's those shelves. They're called shelves, and they give you the altitudes for the bottom so that you can fly under. Class Charlie, right here, it is indicated by solid red lines. You can see here, it is like a two-layered upside down cake instead of a three, and it's much smaller. You've got your surface to 1,200, 1,200 to 4,000 on a normal basis. That is the average, right? That does not mean that all airspaces are like that. For here, for example, it goes from surface to 4,100, right? That's pretty close to our roof here, or our ceiling, but it starts at 1,500, where in reality this would start at 1,200, right? So it can change. You need to check. Like right here, it's Portland. You need to make sure that you are checking the altitudes. But on a normal basis, you can expect something along the lines of 1,200 to 4,000 as your shelves and tops and bottoms. And then you need your two-way communications, your ADS-V out, and your Mode C transponder. Charlie Airspace is like a little mini Bravo, so keep that in mind. Weather clearance is 3521. You might be asking, what is 3521? It is every pilot's worst nightmare. No, I'm kidding. This is 3521. So it is a Class Echo weather minimum. Um, it says Echo below 10,000 feet. We'll get to that, but this applies to all 3521 rules here. 3 statute miles visibility. That's what you need. That should not be your personal minimum, but that is the legal minimum. And here's a cloud. Here's a nice little cloud. Here's where the 521 comes in handy. You have to be 500 feet below, 2,000 feet horizontally, and 1,000 feet above. At least meet all of these requirements to be able to fly in Charlie airspace. Charlie airspace and below. It goes all the way down to Class Echo and Golf. This is important all the way through, so you need to know this. Maybe take a screenshot, take a picture. Very important, very, very, very important to know. Delta airspace. It is indicated by dashed blue lines here. You can see this. This is usually the roof, is what it's showing here. That your ceiling, because what? It goes from airport elevation to 2,500. It will always start at airport elevation. But where it goes up to depends. It says 2,500 here, but it's really at 3,000 here. Right? So we need to make sure that we're, again, looking at minimums. This is just an average amount. And then your 4 nautical mile radius. It goes 4 nautical miles out from the airport in that area. You need two-way communications. No ADS-B out. No Mode C transponder. You don't have to worry about that here. And then your weather minimums, again, weather minimums again, are 3521. Okay, now your Echo airspace. This is the fun one. So here's Decatur Municipal. This is where I fly currently. Here's the Bravo, kind of peeking through. You can see it right there. But this is what you're looking at here, this shaded red. So there are two indications on the sectional. You've got your dashed red, which is surface to 1,200, and you've got your shaded red, which is 700 to 1,200. This is your shaded red. You will rarely see a dashed red. I've yet to see a dash red, but you will see a lot of these kind of shaded red, right? That is important. So we know that we have to know this because under 700 feet is technically Gulf airspace, which is what we're going to get into next. But yep, this is Decatur Municipal. This is where I fly. A lot of fun. Weather minimums under 10,000 feet is 3521, and over 10,000 feet is 5111. And here's the rule on that. It's 5 statute miles visibility, 1,000 feet above, 1,000 feet below, and 1 nautical mile horizontally. So you need to know that. That's pretty important. And this is uncontrolled. Decatur, it's on a frequency with about 100 other airports. We need our own. It gets very busy over there. For those that fly all the way from Caddo Mills to Duncan, you're hearing us on that on that frequency all the time. It is a pain. But anyway, ranting over. Gulf airspace. It is uncontrolled. No indications on the sectionals. And the weather minimums is as shown here. Um, yeah, that's really rough. A lot of different minimums here. So during the daytime, from surface to 1,200 feet above ground level, AGL, you're sitting at 1 statute miles visibility clear of clouds. This should not be your personal minimums. Please do not fly any 1 statute mile visibility ever. Please don't do that. And then from 1,200 feet AGL to 10,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, you're going to be sitting at 1 statute miles visibility, 1,000 above, 500 below, 2,000 horizontally. And then above 10,000 feet MSL at daytime or nighttime is 5 statute miles visibility, 1,000 above, 1,000 below, 1 statute mile horizontally. And then during the nighttime, you've got your 3, 5, 2, 1 minimums. Um, from surface up to 10,000 feet MSL. And we're really not, you need to know what's above 10,000 feet MSL, the minimums, but we're never really going to go above that in our 172s. You'll need to know that for sure later on, and you'll probably be asked about it on a written. So you do need to know that, but you don't need to like know it to heart, not too bad. I'd rather you memorize all the stuff down here than the stuff up here where we're probably never going to fly in our 172s. Hello, goodbye. Did not mean to click that. Okay, well, since I already clicked it, let's go on here. Part 2 is our special use. Yeah, we're going to go a little bit in depth. You don't need to know all of this. You really don't. We're going to go over the ones that you do need to know, and we'll reference back. Okay, so all you need to know for now. Ignore this big image in the top right. That'll be the last thing we talk about. But okay, we're going to start off. The acronym for Airspaces is MC Prawn. You need to know this. These are the airspaces you need to know. And I've divided it into something that helped me memorize it. It's maroon, blue, and not on sectionals. So maroon, the slogan that I put for it is move through maroon. You can go through without permission. You don't have to worry about that. So your maroons are MOA, which is a military operation area or airspace. But this is basically just military pilot training. You don't need permission to enter. Your MOA is right here, top right. That's Lemoore MOA. Heard that a few times. It's basically a red box and it's got combs on the inside, kind of just lines going on the inside. Um, okay, and then you've got your alert area. So this is a high volume of traffic and you don't need permission, right? So this is just telling you, hey, there's a lot of traffic here on a normal basis, so you need to be careful there. And your alert, right? We're talking about alert. Yep, alert area is here. Um, it says A293. It'll tell you caution, high volume of traffic. Right? That's all. That's really all you need to know. There's nothing weird going on there. It's just telling you that there is a lot of people there. Okay, and now blue. Never fly through blue. That's the slogan. Blue, never fly through. Right? It all rhymes. Or all is wordplay. So prohibited and restricted, never fly through. You can get permission, but why get permission? It's easier to just fly around it, to be completely honest with you. So you're prohibited and you're restricted. Here's your prohibited, top left. That is your blue circle with the combs, right? And your restricted is kind of like your MOA, but blue. Okay, it's the same idea. Blue box with blue combs on the inside. Looks like those little combs you use, right? Okay. And also included in that is a warning. You don't need permission to go through here. It's just military airspace along the coast, and that should be over here. So middle left. That's right here. It'll say warning, and that's basically just telling you that there is military operations going on along the coast. You won't really see that where we are. Okay, so that's that, and then here's not on sectionals is controlled firing areas. This is military operations. You don't need permission. They'll tell you what times they're going to be performing their stuff, so you need to be cautious during those times. But if you fly through, they are supposed to halt all operations for aircraft, all aircraft. So you should be good. A national TFR is a national temporary flight restriction. It's a high volume of people never fly through. You're gonna see this with concerts, big ball games, the president visiting a place. They will put a TFR on there, and they can't have it on sectionals because these things pop up and go all the time, right? So they're not permanent. Just don't ever fly through them when they are up. So that's a temporary flight restriction. Top right, this image is a permanent flight restriction. It will always be there till probably the end of time. This is the Washington, D.C. area. Okay, just don't. Don't enter. You don't. There's no entering for you. Sorry. Don't even try. No point in trying. That's that. There's so many Bravo airspaces going through here. There's all this restricted area. Just don't try it. So that's that. All right, here's an airspaces quiz. So I'd give you a little bit. I'm going to read through the questions, and I need you to answer, and then I'll give you the answers right after this. Only 3 questions. I'm not that bad. So number 1, are you allowed in class Alpha airspace as a VFR pilot? Number 2, what requirements do you need to enter a Class Bravo airspace? And number 3, what is the acronym for special use airspaces that we need? Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit. If you want to pause the video, please do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Please do pause the video and try and answer these. It's better if you try and answer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, switch over to the next slide. Here's the answers. Are you allowed in class Alpha airspace? Wow, Klaus, really want to say that. As a VFR pilot? No, you are not. This is IFR only. IFR only. Number 2, what requirements do you need to enter a Class Bravo airspace? You need a Mode C transponder, ADS-B out, and two-way communications. If you put you need clearance, yes, 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 yes. That's good. These are all physical things. What requirements do you need? Yeah, those are physical, but you do need clearance. So if you put that on there, bravo to you. Literally, bravo. I'm sorry. That's horrible. Number 3, what is the acronym for special use airspaces? It is MC Prawn. Please keep that to heart. You'll remember all of them just by the acronym because it's such an odd set of letters, you know. You'll know. And I chose the most generic picture for celebration. You're welcome. I know you really wanted to see that today. But that is the end of airspaces. That's one of the worst lessons. You do need to memorize everything that is on there. Please. But that's the worst of it. Don't worry, it gets better from here. I know, rough first video, but it does get better from there. So that's all your airspaces, normal and special. And please do consider leaving a like and subscribing because I do this for free and I want to keep doing this for free. I won't ever charge for it. It's just that if I could get paid for teaching, which is like a lifelong dream of mine, I would really love it. So if you want to help me out, go ahead. If you don't, do what you want. That is not my place to say anything. But thank you for watching all the way to the end if you made it here. And I will see you another time. Thank you for watching.